Hi guys, I've got great news. Mum, you're going to be so pleased. I've finally found my apartment here in Mexico City. So I've decided that while in Mexico, obviously I'm going to decorate my house with the most colourful traditional Mexican crafts that I can find. So I'm going to dedicate today to going for a walk around a few markets that are specialising in crafts. But before heading there, I've come to the Museum of Popular Art to try and get a feel for what Mexican handcrafts are all about. And I know we all associate Mexican crafts with an explosion of colours. And I asked, there's a really friendly curator in the museum, and I asked him, what's that all about? Why is everything so colourful? And his answer was really, really interesting, because he said that obviously artists are inspired by what they have around them. So back in the day when they didn't have anything else but nature, they were inspired by the colours that were found naturally in their surroundings. And he showed me this amazing map of Mexico behind me. It's a beautiful mural. And in the north of the country where the deserts are, it's more arid, it's more dry. So their typical handcrafts are based around clay, red, brown colours. And as you move down through Mexico to the more tropical parts of the country, obviously then the artists were more inspired by the tropical colour of the plants, the exotic animals. So that's where it comes from. I'm really, really pleased to have found that out. So I'm going to take a little bit of a walk around the museum, get a little bit more of a feel for what I'm looking for in the markets later on, see if I can be inspired. And I've already had a look from the elevator. It looks like there's some really, really cool stuff here. So great news, I finally found an apartment, and now I'm really excited about getting some decorations. And I thought while I'm in Mexico, I should at least go somewhere and get some traditional Mexican crafts and make my house look really authentically Mexican. So I've come to Fonart, which is a government fund that protects and promotes traditional Mexican handcrafts. And here you can find examples of crafts from every region in Mexico. The selection is just unbelievable, everything's so colourful. Everything that you buy in here, the money gets put back into supporting the craftspeople in the indigenous communities. And it's a little bit more expensive than the typical markets that you'll find around the city, but the truth is the finish is far superior, and for a tourist I don't think the prices are that expensive. And look at the kind of crazy things you can get. This is an alebrije, I love it. So I'm going to have a look. I can just imagine this like on a shelf in my house. So I'm going to have a look around and see what else I can find for my new apartment. So if you're a jewellery lover like me, I'm in an absolute paradise right now. As you can see, this shop specialises in silver. Mexico is actually famous for its silver. Just outside the city, there's a little town called Tasco. I'm going to have a little look about. I don't think I'm going to leave here until I've found either earrings or a bracelet or something else to take home with me. Like, look at this one. That's like a dead fish. How cool is that? So I'm sure I'll find something here for my tastes. So for me, this is what Mexico is all about, these crazy, wondrous objects that I've never seen anywhere else before. These fantastical creatures are known as alebrijes here in Mexico. You can find all different types of alebrijes made up of all different creatures, but they really are just the most beautiful kind of psychedelic objects I've ever seen. And if you could just imagine someone's face back home, if you brought them an object like this back from Mexico, I think it would have pride of place in their houses. I think they'd be really, really pleased. So now that I've got my new apartment, I wanted to decorate with some beautiful Mexican crafts, and I've come to the market of La Ciudadela, which is the most important market in Mexico City for traditional Mexican crafts, for souvenirs. So this is definitely where you want to come if you want to bring home some traditional Mexican items like little skeletons, those amazing little skulls, Frida Kahlo everything. I've been wandering around and I've seen some really beautiful crafts. It's not just your usual kind of souvenirs. You can get real leather bags here. You can see in the workshops that there's people at work with metal, various types of metal. I've seen objects made out of tin, I've seen objects made out of copper, beautiful items that I've never even seen before. So this is really where you want to come just to walk around. If you want to buy souvenirs, if you want to bring something home, really beautiful handcrafted Mexican goods, then this is definitely one of the most important markets that you can come to in the city. Oh, wow, look, there's even ponchos. So I've had the best day today shopping for Mexican crafts. I started off my day at the Museum of Popular Art, where I learned a little bit more about the types of crafts available in Mexico, and the curator there was able to explain why the crafts are so colourful. From there I went to Fonart, which is a government-funded shop where they represent craftspeople from all over the country. You can buy crafts from every different region in Mexico. And from there I went to the Ciudad market, which is an excellent market. It's absolutely huge. The quality might not be as perfect as in fun art, but one of the benefits is that you can barter on the price because you're dealing directly with the craftspeople. And I think out of all the things I bought today, this has to be one of my favorites. This little box is actually carved out of a pumpkin with a little heart lid. I love it for like keeping little keepsakes in. So I'll definitely mention on the blog all the different shops I visited. I'll give you addresses. If you want to go to the exact shops I went to, then all the tips will be there. So don't forget to follow. But I think that's from good night for me tonight. So buenas noches.